All right, I think I am live. So, at the end of our last career mode stream, we just completed our B qualifications, which allowed us to use the DC-6. Uh, the clever amongst you may notice that I am not in a DC-6. So that evening, when I had set up um, just a trip to fly overnight, I had perhaps foolishly relied on this AI pilot to keep me airborne for 5 hours or something. And overnight, it crashed me into the ocean, which killed my pilot and started me over. So I've created a new pilot, and for now, or I should say, the progress I've made thus far is I've decided to get the turbo arrow. So I am here. Now, what I did is I created a new pilot, and I recognized that the turbo arrow was actually quite cheap compared to the Cessna you start with. So I took out a loan, purchased the turbo arrow, sold my Cessna, paid off my loan. So here I am with the turbo arrow, which will give me a little more variety in terms of passenger and cargo space. And right now, just going to bring up NeoFly. Is it going to work? No. No. There we go. So as of last night, uh, let me back up a little bit. I managed to get events to work. So now there's a 1 in 3 chance in any given flight, well, any given mission, I should say, where an event will trigger. I'll be diverted. I'll have to go somewhere else, which is cool. It gives you huge bonuses to your experience and your reward. Um, Now, all that to say, last night I was traveling between Toronto and I don't know where this place is, Niner Golf 1, and I was diverted to Charlie Yankee, Charlie Kilo, but I was on the way to Niner Golf 1 to sell all these cell phones. So I bought a ton of cell phones, and I'm going to make a killing if I sell them over in Niner Golf 1. So now that I'm loaded up at Charlie Yankee, Charlie Kilo, I'm just going to do a quick trip to Niner Golf 1 to empty out my cargo, and then I'll see what missions are available from there. So that's my goal this morning. We're loaded up on the runway for now. I'm just going to connect my add-on, and we will go from there. And just for the sake of argument, I'm going to get rid of, like, I'm okay with the snow. I just want it to be warmer, so I'm not having to constantly contend with icing. I'm just not in the mood this morning. We'll assume we've waited for the temperature to warm up. So I'm going to refuel a little bit. It's cheap to fuel this up. That's good. It is expensive to repair the hull. That's okay as well. Just want to mention, I see this airframe number. I don't know what this means. No clue. I did start insurance because, well, frankly, I'm tired of losing my aircraft. I might as well show this as well. So what I'm doing is I'm coming to the flying tab, transit to new position, my current location to my destination, 144 nautical miles, connect and fly. Okay, so my payload, I'm missing 115 from my sim payload, so that's what that's saying there.
Transporter from dispatch. I need you to fly your aircraft to our new base. I'll meet you there.
Excellent. Just going to refresh my NeoFly NeoPad. Turn on this track to, or I should say center airplane, and we should be good to go. We're getting a little bit of frame rate stuttering. I have noticed, we might have to deal with it for now, but I have noticed that the NeoFly add-on will occasionally cause some stuttering once it's connected. You can disconnect and reconnect to kind of rectify that problem, but it is a little bit annoying. Definitely didn't need to turn that hard. Just checking my heading. This aircraft is really affected by that torque that spins you. So I'm gonna make a habit of using my AP. There, straight on till morning. Adjust my heading a little bit here. Clearly not aligned with our magenta line. I have to make a new screenshot or thumbnail for the career mode. It's just like this embarrassing mess right now. There. We'll use our NeoPad to replace our GPS there. That'll be just fine. Full disclosure, I've got auto fuel selector on. I could probably turn it off, but you know what, fuck it, let's turn it off. Let's live dangerously. Have to keep an eye on our tank usage here. So, the real fear here on arrival is this right here. So, this type, I don't know why it doesn't hover over there. Anyway, you can see it up here. This type indicates sensitive goods. Is that, yeah, it does come up. Couldn't tell if the tooltip is coming up. So yeah, you have to land carefully and fly carefully. Less than 200 feet per minute on landing, otherwise you will damage the goods. My last landing with these goods was 160, well, we can find out, what was it? No, it's cleared my log. 166, something like that, negative 166. So we should be okay. Thought there was something in the water. It's just some rubbish on my window. So I'm taking a look at staff. There are folks that I play this with who regularly have been employing staff to make money on the side. I think this would probably be valuable. I need to get them an aircraft of their own. Like maybe I'll save my pennies and get a DC-6, and then I'll just let these guys use it for the time being. Health is an interesting statistic. I wonder if they can get into accidents and stuff that like don't kill them but render them out of commission. Maybe they can catch COVID. I need a second aircraft for any of this to matter. When we land and sell, I expect we're going to be up to 300K or something, so kind of assess from there. We'll have to do more missions for sure. Some of these aren't bad, damn. 100 miles for 24K. It's pretty much worth it. We'll see when we get there. We'll probably go faster. Quite a bit faster. I think this says like overboost or over something, over best. Uh, it triggers when I'm like very fast or like very high throttle. I have to assume it's like you're wasting fuel or something, but whatever. We need to go faster. Well, you know, I thought this tag might have been distance, but it's actually heading, which is even more useful. 134. Good to know. There was an F-35 update sometime while I was asleep. I'll have to pick that up. Apparently they dumbed down the HMD for to reduce the number of crashes. Like people have been getting a lot of crash to desktops, so they made some adjustments to the code in the HMD. I hope it doesn't make it too horrible, but I expect it's fine. And if it stops crashing, then that makes me ecstatic. It's a great aircraft. I expect I will fly it around Australia in the near future to take a look at the world update that's coming soon. Um, I believe today. I've heard rumors today. I don't really keep very close on it. I just wait until someone else has it and tells me to get it. But that'll be exciting. been suffering through a lot of dental issues lately. It's not been a good time. Even in Canada, our teeth aren't typically covered. Who the hell has root canal money? Didn't finish. Alright, we've got another half an hour, so I'm going to start watching other people's YouTube content. I'll put it up in the corner there as well. It's just going to be the remainder, at least to start, of Into the Blue Simulations Azure Poly 170 Magister. I hadn't finished that yesterday, or yesterday? I hadn't finished that whenever the hell I was watching it last.
Maybe a little bit of visual buffeting as well. We'll try a roll, max deflection out to the left. We're doing 200 knots here at the moment, so we'll go full left on the stick. Roll rate seems very reasonable. Obviously with those big wings, not expecting the aircraft to be particularly high in terms of roll rate. We'll just try another one. Yeah, I think that seems pretty good. And lastly, we'll just come fully back on the stick. Pull a load of G, up to around 4G there, just trying to induce a spin now. Speed bleeding off. As the speed comes back though, we're really losing a lot of elevator authority there. And now the most we can really sustain is about 2G. And that's it, we're not seemingly going to be able to put the aircraft into a spin. We'll try one more really aggressive manoeuvre just to see if we can induce one. So building up a little bit of speed once again. There's 300. We'll come back on the stick, we'll basically get the aircraft into a stall, then we'll put it in a boot full of rudder and aileron. Just see if we can't upset the aircraft a little bit more. There's that strange twitch again. It could be FS realistic, but I haven't seen that on any other aircraft so far. Okay, so we're right back around 90 knots now. There's a stall warning. I've got full right rudder. Cut the power. Really trying my best to induce a spin. Even with the full right rudder there. The aircraft very placid. Don't think we're going to be able to get the aircraft to spin. And lastly, we'll just come back up to full power once again. We'll get ourselves pointed back towards La Mole. And we'll see what sort of top speed we can achieve.
Just going to climb a bit
So it's
here.
full power, more or less straight and level. We'll just keep trimming out the aircraft. Speed's still building fairly slowly here. We're up through about 340 knots. The field should be just off our 10 o'clock. You can just see the runway lights there. We'll come back in onto runway 06. Speed's still building there at the moment. Up through about 380 knots now. Looks like we've probably burned through our wing tanks there. We're slowly reducing there on the centre tank. Looks like we're topping out about 390 in terms of speed, which, if memory serves me correctly, is broadly correct for the Magister. So I'll come off the power once again. We'll try the speed brakes. They seem to slow the aircraft down pretty quickly, but you can see we do have 3 on each wing, so again, probably to be expected. And we're looking for an approach speed of about 110 knots. We'll join back in for a left-hand base. Just let that speed bleed off a little bit more and then we'll start configuring the aircraft. So flight model overall, not bad by any means. I quite like how the aircraft flies. It's good fun, but I would say
Speed 118.
it broadly behaves by the numbers. It just doesn't have quite as much feedback as some other flight models that we tried in the sim. Anyway, we'll take the gear down. And we'll start configuring. We'll take a stage of flap. We have 3 greens there on the gear. The aircraft feels a little bit nose high here at approach speed. It actually feels quite close to the stall. One of the issues I did notice with the jet is the CFG seems to be pretty out according to the load manager in the sim. We'll talk more about that at the end. We'll take full flaps and we want to approach around 110 knots. So landing checks, we have gear down, 3 greens, hydraulic pressure is checked, landing light not required, the flaps are set. Okay, so we're going to have to fly a little bit of a curved approach here onto runway 06. It's going to take a few extra knots here on the approach speed, as I find the aircraft's a little bit of a handful at low speed. We're going to have to stay a little bit high as well here just to clear the tree line. We'll try and get the aircraft down onto its tail for a bit of aero braking, but it's not the longest runway here at Le Mans, so we'll probably have to come onto the brakes fairly sharpish. Quite heavy now in pitch. Cutting the power. Probably flared a little bit high there, given that we're so low to the ground. Even with full backstick there, the tail not wanting to come up. So pretty hard to get that aero braking in. Overall the aircraft felt reasonable, but it feels pretty nose heavy at low speed. The manual says the approach speed is
Listen to the blue
110
guy's a
knots.
really
It
good
feels a little bit
pilot. His
skitterish
landings
at
are always
110 knots.
impressive.
I'd
My
want to take
landings
a
are
little bit more
always
speed there.
like
And you lose most elevator
Just
authority in the flare axis. So
chaos.
it's quite hard to get a smooth landing out of the jet.
Imagine Magister's tail is really cool. Kind of like that V-tail.
So overall, as far as the flight model goes, I would say the aircraft is good fun to fly. It's not quite where I was hoping it would be, in as much as it does have some deficiencies. It does feel slightly Microsoft Flight Simulator overall, but it's not bad. It's good fun to fly. So we'll just park up to the left here of the refueling station. So again, the jet slowed down. We'll swing out, face back towards the south. And onto the brakes. Part brake can come on. Shutdown checklist. The oxygen can come off. And you can see no longer any oxygen flow there. pitot heat is off. Heading and attitude indicator power supplies can come off. Aileron servo is off. We'll close up the left fuel valve. And we do have a good shutdown there on the left. Do the same on the right. And a good shutdown there on the right. We'll open up the canopy. Generator can come off. And lastly, the battery master can come off. So just one last little demo for you before we finish up. We're going to try activating the hydraulics failure on the EFB. So we'll hit trigger failure. You can see we are losing main circuit pressure there. That's confirmed on the hydraulics gauge. On the Magister, both the gear, the spoilers and the brakes are all operated hydraulically. So if you lose hydraulics, you will lose all three systems, on the main system at least. In the sim, only the spoiler failure and the gear failure are modelled. The brakes work regardless of the hydraulic system pressure. Anyway, we'll try extending the gear. So the gear switch down. You can see currently we don't have 3 greens there on the gear indication. To lower the gear, we have to activate the emergency secondary hydraulic circuits. And again, still no green lights there on the gear at the moment. So we have to pump the emergency hydraulic pump manually. And you can see in doing so the gear is extended and we now have our 3 lights. We're ready for landing.
Huh, that's really cool. I like that gear failure.
So there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed our outing in the Fuga CM170. The Magister certainly seems to offer another fun little option within Microsoft Flight Simulator. It certainly has a lot of good points about it. It does have some negatives as well. We'll run through those briefly now. As usual, we'll start out with the negatives, work our way through to the positives. Overall, I think the aircraft is a really nice effort from Azure Poly, and again, it's my first aircraft of theirs in the sim. For me, there are 3 negatives really with the product, one of them being fairly major, the other 2 being somewhat more minor. The major negative for me is the flight model, and that's not to say that all aspects of the flight model are bad, but I think there are a couple of areas that could use some work. As always, a large amount of that is conjecture on my part, never having flown the aircraft. But certainly at the extremes of the flight envelope, the flight model seemed somewhat basic. It did have that Microsoft Flight Simulator feel to it. We saw that the stall characteristics were very sedate. We couldn't get the aircraft into a spin. That may or may not be accurate. Again, as we saw during the flight, I actually thought the jet handled quite nicely under normal flight conditions. Flight control inputs felt good. The aircraft had a reasonable feeling of weight to it. And broadly speaking, it seemed to fly and feel as you might expect a light jet trainer to feel. Rudder input felt much the same as most aircraft in the sim. Roll actually felt really nice on the aircraft. Pitch felt good, except at low speed where, as I mentioned a couple of times, we tended to lose elevator authority there. Now of course you would expect that to some degree, but at approach speeds the aircraft didn't feel particularly easy to handle. We somewhat fell out of the sky onto the runway as opposed to being able to gently let the aircraft down. And again, that was with a few extra knots over the 110 that the manual gives for approach speed. I think at 110 knots the aircraft would be a real handful in the flare. Another reason that I think the aircraft is slightly off in pitch in terms of elevator authority, or maybe C of G, again we'll talk about that in just a moment's time. We looked at that rear wheel on the Magister, and I've watched a couple of real world videos. The aircraft do sit back on the rear wheel and use some aero braking to slow down. During that landing I used full back pressure on the stick and we couldn't even get the nose to come up slightly, so I suspect there is an issue there in terms of how the aircraft's modelled. I suspect a lot of those issues might have something to do with the C of G. looking at the CFG in the Sim's Fuel and Load Manager, it's pretty far off. It's certainly well outside of the indicated limits on the aircraft's weight and balance page. Of course, I did try adjusting the aircraft's weight and balance to bring it within limits, but having done that, the aircraft just went and sat on its tail. So there definitely appears to be an issue there, and I suspect that's what's contributing to the strange handling characteristics. Again, the aircraft also felt pretty close to the stall at 110 knots. So I do think that the flight model could use some improvement, particularly at the extremes of the envelope, and I do think there are currently some issues with the aircraft's CFG. We also noticed during the climb that, again, the manual calls for 120 knots initially in the climb, but that would have given a very high nose-up attitude. Again, that could be accurate to the real-world aircraft, I'm not entirely sure. I would have said that perhaps the aircraft seemed a little bit overpowered, but overall the top speed actually seemed pretty reasonable. Just to reiterate though, under normal conditions the aircraft actually flew quite nicely, and it's certainly good fun to cruise around in. My other negatives with the product are much more minor in nature. Firstly, it would have been nice to have the option to remove the pilot models, at least while the jet sat on the ground. Some add-ons do have that option, others don't. I'm not really going to hold a zero poly to that one, but it's always nice as an option to have, just to see the aircraft in a more realistic cold and dark state. And my last negative for the product would be the aircraft's manual. Overall it's done very nicely, it's certainly very slick in presentation. It does have a lot of nice detail in there, for example it thoroughly explains the systems, it gives you some pretty decent performance data. However, it's pretty much entirely lacking in actually teaching you how to fly the aircraft. It doesn't run through takeoff technique, landing technique, things of that nature. So if you are unfamiliar with the Magister, and I suspect most of us will be, I found I had to use quite a lot of guesswork in flying the aircraft. That's about it as far as my negatives go. In terms of positives, I've got plenty of good things to say about the aircraft as well. Firstly, touching on the FPS, the aircraft is very FPS friendly. It was broadly on a par with the default Cessna 152 in terms of frame rate within my sim. Once again, I think the aircraft is modelled and textured very nicely. It was very hard to find too much to fault there. There's lots of little attentions to detail. There's actually a couple of touches where initially I questioned those as being inaccurate, but having gone away and looked at some pictures of the real-world aircraft, it seems that Azure Poly have got the modelling spot on. Obviously we only looked at one livery today. The aircraft again does come with a nice selection of liveries which seem to be pretty accurate, but I gather there are one or two that do have some inaccuracies. So externally I really like the aircraft. I think internally it looks even better. We obviously got a good look at the aircraft throughout the flight, and again overall I think it's coloured very well. It looks very authentic for the period. The systems depth of the aircraft was also surprisingly good. Again, I'm not all that familiar with Azure Poly's previous work, but I was pleasantly surprised to see a pretty detailed aircraft in terms of systems from a smaller developer. For example, having that hydraulics failure implementation with the EFB, that's a really nice touch. Obviously, Azure Poly certainly didn't have to go to such lengths, and nobody would have been any the wiser. So overall, I think it shows a great deal of care and attention. It shows that a lot of love has gone into the product, and that's quite clear to see. The same goes for the sounds. Again, I'm not familiar with the CM170 myself, but from what I've read elsewhere, it seems that the sounds are very accurate to the real-world aircraft. The engine sounds are really good, particularly during the startup, and the cockpit sounds very nice as well. There are one or two switches in the cockpit missing sounds, and again, it would be nice to have a little bit more auditory feedback in terms of manoeuvring the aircraft. I think the lack of sounds whilst manoeuvring the Magister is one of the reasons that the flight model felt a little bit more sterile than some of the other aircraft that I've tried in the sim. But again, a big thumbs up on the sounds as far as I'm concerned, and it's really nice to see a smaller developer really nailing the sounds. Anyway, in summary, the Fuga CM170 Magister, a really nice little aircraft from Azure Poly. As I mentioned just a moment ago, you can tell that a lot of love, care and attention's gone into the aircraft. And really, in most respects, it's quite an exemplary effort from a small developer. I think it's a nice offering for the price, again though I would just like to see a little bit more work on the flight model. Anyway guys, once again I do hope you enjoyed the video and found it to be of use. If you did, please consider giving it a like. If you want to see more content from the channel, then please consider subscribing as well. If you have any comments or questions for me, you can leave those down in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to answer them. As ever, a huge thank you to my channel members.
Seems like a pretty good airplane. We are 50 nautical miles and about 17 minutes from our destination. Oh my God. Okay, so apparently yesterday Air Force Proud 95 posted a 1-hour video of the funniest flight sim moments. So, I guess I know what I'm doing for the next hour.
Last aircraft going. Last aircraft going to station, say call sign.
And Tower, Air Force 1 second requesting flyby.
Air Force 161, flyby is approved.
Tower, November, Foxtrot Uniform, Kilo, Charlie, heading out to the ocean. There's up some inactive bodies.
November uniform, Kilo Bravo.
Negative. It's Foxtrot Uniform, Kilo, Charlie. This is Air Force 1 declaring an emergency. Marine 1 requesting to land.
Oh god damn it.
Request denied.
Sentinel aircraft, the airspace is closed at this time due to Air Force and Marine ones.
This could get any worse.
We got a 747 coming in on short file.
coming
Heads
in.
up.
You're low,
Make
you're
a
low.
hole, make a hole.
Towers,
And then we're gonna stall.
Towers,
He's down.
eject.
I've been stalling out. He just stalled out completely. And I ripped.
Who was just yelling to the 747 pilot to eject? That's not how it works.
Plot was just smashes glass.
Currently stuck on the, oh my god, 737. Just completely ate shit over at the Air Force Base.
Was that a Delta 737? Because they seem to really get those confused lately.
What's your feeling on the F-35 development program?
Well, I think it's complete bullshit.
President Obama, how do you feel about the amount of people who want you to be impeached? Hello?
User in your channel timed out.
Rip Mr. President. Never
White
forget.
House catered at.
Obama does not approve of this. Questions?
Obama.
I have all this recording. I'm gonna insert it in one big video.
What?
And
Okay,
I'm really sorry.
Obama.
Oh,
Shut it up.
I have a question. Why are you shutting down coal mines in Wyoming? You freaking boss.
Oh, fuck you, that's why.
We have an A321 that is currently destroying multiple civilian vehicles on the bridge right now. Confirm one of your passengers had to take a piss, so you made an emergency landing on the Gold Gate Bridge. Oh my god. A321 pilot, come in. What are you doing again? Your passenger's already urinated on the road, has he not? Why are you landing again?
Stop urinating on the road.
Somebody's been able to submit me.
A321 pilot, can I get an explanation for what you're doing currently?
Call the
This is unbelievable.
You guys are clear to engage at the moment.
We're extra 300. We have no weapons on board. Tower, you need to get your shit together. Camp, somebody explain to me what an F-19 concept stealth fighter jet is. Who's in the F-19 stealth concept fighter jet? I'm gonna need you to take this coloring book and exit flight sim immediately.
Cool. Connection lost. Go flight sim. You're super cool.
I'm gonna ignore the fact that you just called it a J3 club, and I'll say probably will be.
This is Tower Active.
Yeah, this is Tower. How can I help you today, Sauce Man?
1 second, please.
Last aircraft call. Go ahead and give me your call sign, your credit card info, and I'll get you out of here.
No thanks.
Roger that. Worth a shot. 42069. I'm off your left wing right now. I may have
Kid
you
sounded
locked
like
down.
he
Can you
was
go ahead and give me a
8.
quick rock
No
of the
way he had a
wings
credit
to
card
confirm
to
if you were
give.
blacked out or not?
What? I think you're following the wrong craft, Captain.
Go ahead and bury me in some pepperonis then, because I'm following your ghost plane once again. I'm so triggered, BRB, I'm gonna go ahead and shit in a box and send it direct to Microsoft headquarters.
That's a
affirmative. I am a military aircraft. From this point on, you will address me as Air Force One. The President of the United States is on board. The President asked that you do not eject us from the session. He will allow us to do an aerial demonstration over the airport if you'd like to confirm that we are able to handle this aircraft appropriately. Just loaded, yeah, we spawned back in now. We're in a military-grade aircraft. I do apologize about the Air Force 1747 confusion. We understand it's military aircraft only. For the record, if you do see me in a trike ultralight, I do have a couple tin cans with firecrackers packed inside of them up here, so we'll be ready to go bombs away at any point in time. Does classify us as a military aircraft. Where's the formations taking place? I'm looking to do some dogfighting right now. I see an F-18 out there in the distance. Alright, I have returned again. I
Fucking hot air balloon.
Do not kick me this time. I'm trying to get the, we're spawned here now in the military grade aircraft again. I got a cup of hot coffee up here.
Remax balloon.
Balloon number 1. So we can refer to that as napalm from here on out, capable of deadly lethal air-to-ground strikes. So at any time, Balloon Man 1 is prepared to launch and partake in military activities. I am B1 rotating in a hot air balloon.
You're not getting any more nursing kicks instead of referring correct
I'll change aircraft. Stand by. I'll come back.
Okay, great. Okay, come.
I'm flying at San Diego International.
Roger that. It sounds like you were getting attacked by a bear at the beginning of that transmission. Might want to check your mic. Hey, the 747 that we're following, can we get a call sign for you so we don't have to keep calling you by your aircraft type? Roger that. We're following you in for a landing. Air Force One, what the hell are you doing?
To land or what?
Make up your mind.
You can get breakfast here, or you can go back to the Denny's out of Karen.
And I'm good President's dead, so I'm just gonna drop his body off here and leave.
Air Force One, what are you doing?
Ah, fuck.
Air Force One, cut power, turn to the end of the runway.
This is doing that,
absolute shit
didn't
show.
work.
Never hiring an Air Force One again.
Alright, way to go Air Force One, currently overrunning the runway. We're now rotating off of a taxiway.
I forgot.
How do you forget to take off?
Watch out! Oh shit, Air Force One just got shot out by another 7-4 with the cargo bay doors open.
What a loser!
Boogeyman lead to Boogeyman 1473. Are you flying that thing with a yoke?
What the fuck?
I guess that's a no.
Oh my god!
Here we go.
Oh my god, how do we make an alter?
As expected.
A little more.
This is what happens when a pilot tries to turn on autopilot and he has no idea what the fuck he's doing. Rest in pieces. Oh shit, me too.
Oh my god! Fatalities all over the fucking desert. Alright, I vote for current Air Force One to be
You're beautiful. Dude, I'm doing so much for my country. My country. I'm so proud of myself.
Oh, watch your mouth there. How about you say country is one word and don't stutter on the twice?
There are more people on the ground than there are in the air.
Little Slew Mode can fix that.
Red Bull sponsored Air Force One.
Slew Mode, apply to crash site.
Hi, Billy Macy,
Head on.
another amazing
Fly directly to Slew Mode. You may be wondering, how did I get this disease?
Why is everyone's microphone
Hey,
so
and
bad?
if you call in the next 30 minutes, I'll get you 3 extra slew modes for only $19.99.
Plus shipping and handling.
On the next 2 seconds, you get free OxyClean Mass Destruction Edition. Never speak again.
All other aircraft get in here nice and close. I'll be calling a break momentarily from a flyby. Shut your mouth. Sorry, that was rude. Hi, how's it going? That sunset, though.
It's beautiful.
Gonna pretend I didn't hear that.
Whoa, What's the
goddamn heading? We're proceeding right over Dallas Air Force Base. I am so triggered, bro.
He's stalling. Dead.
Are you serious? Air Force One, you have one job.
Loser.
Installing directly over a residential area.
You are the worst flight lead and pilot simultaneously that mankind has ever seen.
Thank you.
This is Navy 212 request. Wondering if you guys need some assistance.
Negative. You do not reach the age barrier.
Grab your coloring book and juice box and watch this take place from the ground. Thank you. Over and out. Okay, we east banking right, directly towards a mountain range. Heads up, boys. Dane, shut the fuck up. I'm recording a video.
Hold his beer. You're going in hot.
Alright, we're losing him. Oh my god, never mind. We regained him. Nearly struck him.
Going in hot.
Dane, shut the fuck up.
I blacked out. I am conscious again, and I will go back to this position.
I will be go.
Mom, I'm going to space.
Let her know to get the camera.
Alright, we have a 737 that is doing about 350 knots on the ground, just overran the runway with that nose gear out. Never mind, he's rotated off of the blast pad. And a seaplane is just off to the end of the runway, currently dragging through the ground. Tower, what is currently happening at Oceana Airport? We have a 747 that is pushing back via reverse thrust. That has been out of protocol since the 1980s, sir. You can halt F4.
Can I get a 10-4 on Air Force Ground 95 in the sir? Can I get a 10-4 on that one?
I'll give you more than a 10-4. I'll give you a 10-5. How's that sound? Seaplane about to strike the tower.
Yeah, dude, I walked in on the having that's the most awkward 45 minutes of my life.
I'm gonna pretend I did not hear any of that.
All fine, I've got you. I've got you visual.
Roger that.
Sure, Steve, climbing the what level? God knows what it is. It's 3 o'clock in the morning right now.
I believe your altimeter would know what it was.
I'm at 39 or 4.
Roger that. flight level 3, 9, or 4?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm assuming that's 39,400, not low Earth orbit.
That is correct.
Which is correct?
Past it, 4001.
Okay, just go ahead and say, is it 40,000 feet we're talking about here, or are you about to strike the moon? Alright, continue holding short. We have a hot air balloon on short final for runway 9. Continue holding short. Hot air balloon about to land. What in God's name is happening? Hot air balloon, do a vertical. There it is. God, that's beautiful. I just watched a hot air balloon do a vertical. Welcome to FSX Team Edition.
Hey, we got Satan.
You are not. Yeah, you are not cleared to do anything, Satan. The power of Christ will compel you and will also cancel your flight plan. There are a lot of people at that airport right now.
Yeah, it was like 20 people around that.
Roger, just have the medevacs on standby. We can expect upwards of 200 casualties upon landing.
Do you require if I from people at the location?
I will require everything that you have because I guarantee it will not be enough. We're coming in for a landing. Roger, if you could upgrade your microphone from a pretzel stick to something better, I will acknowledge you as tower. Until then, you will be ignored. All right, I just heard. Whoever is scratching a chalkboard, please stop. All right, I'm getting thrown off by this squeaky sound I hear in the background.
Yeah, that's my dog when it was chewing toy.
Oh, okay, yeah, roger that. So I'm the only one that hears that then.
All right, cool. I may go away from him so it sounds fun.
Just let the dog have the toy. I'd feel like a real shitbag if I'm gonna make you take the dog toy away from the dog for a flight sim flight. Okay, this dog has been really excessive with this toy. I'm gonna ask you to take it from him at this point. I'm sorry. What is? Yeah, only with I hear through my captain's mic. His dog is going to town on some dog toy in the background, and it is driving me up the fucking wall. Looks like that's the first time speaking. Got engine failure. Engine 2 is out. Engine 2 is out. We might not make it. All right, just stay in your seats. Oh God. All right, passengers have been briefed. Hopefully remaining calm.
Tower, this is Blue Angel 6, ready to put on a shield for you. Park at the ramp. Request take off to the north.
Blue Angel 6, I'm going to ask that you remove your microphone about 10 to 12 feet away from your mouth. That came in blaringly loud. I'm now bleeding through my right ear. But Roger, I have you in sight. What was your flight request for today?
We're going to be taking off to the north.
God damn you. November Oscar Papa 1559213. You cannot be doing this, sir. You need to abort. Blue Angel 6, we'd like to amend your flight plan. Claire's advised, ready to copy. This will be a new flight plan involving hostile activity.
Ready to copy.
Blue Angel 6, we have a bitch-ass J3 Cub that just flew over the tower, proceeding southbound right now at about 500 feet. You're cleared to proceed direct to that aircraft and eliminate that target at all costs.
Roger that. Beginning the air show. Awesome music, my dude.
Roger that. Music inbound. This soundtrack will be Derude Sandstorm. Due to copyright issues, I will be singing this verbally from the tower, so go ahead and proceed with your air show. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Doom-doom-doom-doom-doom. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Blue Angel 6, I see you almost just ate shit right at the beginning of the air show there, but we're going to continue with the soundtrack.
Worst sandstorm ever.
Yeah, Blue Angel 6, we're going to abort on that soundtrack. I'm about to start convulsing here momentarily due to the amount of sound effects required. So you'll be doing this air show in silence.
Roger, Dodger Chief, we're going to be coming over runway, whatever the fuck that one is.
Lima Mike Romeo 68, Honolulu Center, checking in with you. How's it going out there, boss?
I'm just going fine. Trying to, I'm flying 172 and has
Sound it out.
Sound it out.
The old Yankees,
Just cut off. I'm going to cut you off right there. I'm waiting way too long for this sentence to finish. If you want vectors, just say so. We know you're in a Cessna 172, boss. We do have a radar screen. That's kind of our job here. If you want to land at the airport, just let me know. Otherwise, if you're going to stall out in another sentence like that, you may as well just keep it to yourself and plummet into the water out there if you so please.
proceeding direct back towards the airport right now. We're going to be landing runway 34 left.
Alright, here it comes. We're gonna go sterile cockpit on approach. We gotta make sure that this is okay. Less than 200 feet per second, that's what we're shooting for. Feet per minute. Significantly less than 200 feet per second.
Transporter from dispatch. Welcome to our new base.
Did we do it? I can't check my NeoFly right yet. There's my crazy landing that I keep telling everyone about. Alright, let's see. We're down. So I think it's okay, ironically. You can see here my vertical speed was negative 224, which would lead me to believe that I would have taken damage, but I've still got all my stuff here. Maybe it was right on the cusp. Bam. $304,000 to market. Perfect. Let's do a mission. What do we want to do? I don't really want something that's super long. That is the stuff that pays well. Let's see how we manage with this one.
Mayday! 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 An aircraft has made an unscheduled landing. Bring the doctor to the crash site.
They're waiting for parking brakes to be set to load the doctor. I'm just going to get to the end of the runway here before I do that.
Good morning, pilot. Bring me to the crash site. Transporter, rush to the crash site.
Let's go. Hello? God damn.
Fly safe, and watch the pylons.
There. Rush this doctor to the crash site. Oh shit, I definitely should have fueled up. It's okay. We've got lots of fuel. speed up a little bit here.
Have to land on you.
Did you just air traffic director people?
I don't know, so I'm not qualified for this job, but I have it.
10.
I need everyone out in the field. He's not landing on shit. He's not landing on shit.
Yep. Yes, we have touchdown.
You know what? You know what? You know what? You know what?
You're getting a very low pass by a hot air balloon at this time, doing about 400 knots. We're going to ignore that we just saw that. We're trying to keep this professional. We're just giving you a heads up to stay off of Oceana Tower frequency. There are a bunch of cocks right now just talking smack to all the pilots who are flying.
Yep.
So I'm detecting some sarcasm in your
I feel you, brother. I feel you, brother.
Okay.
Charlie Bravo Alpha over.
Okay, you know what? I'm getting the same vibe from this group in here on this frequency from the other frequency. Okay, yeah. Now whoever's shouting Mayday. So apparently it's all fun and games here as well. Unbelievable. We switch over from run frequency to another, thinking we're finally going to get some realism. We'll file a formal report on this frequency as well.
No, please don't. Please don't.
Yeah, that's right. All right, okay, let's get some. Then let's get some professional. Alright, the dude who is yelling and simultaneously shitting his pants, you need to throttle back. We have shut down our engine. We're going to be turning off radios at this time. In fact, we're never going to be flying in this vicinity.
Negative. You are not to do that at this moment.
I am doing that at this moment. I am doing that at this moment.
I am not allowed to talk like that in this channel.
Okay, Arnold Schwarzenegger out of nowhere. We're going to go ahead and contact departure here. All right, we will be leaving at this time.
There's a French dude in the frequency. I don't know where he came from.
That's great.
Alors, shall we dire?
Yes, sir. FAA. Hold on. The FAA does dictate English only on all frequencies. There is no French, and everybody's talking at the same time. Unbelievable. This is unfucking believable, you guys. You got someone speaking a different fucking language. This is the most unprofessional frequency. And now we have Arabic. We have everything going on. Someone is eating their mic.
Disconnected from your channel.
Unbelievable. Roger that. Thank you. We're awaiting IFR clearance, American 1337.
Let me pull this up, boys.
I'm sorry.
Where are you right now? Where are we?
Sir, we're at San Francisco. I'm assuming you know that, as you should be the air traffic controllers.
Yeah, crazy night, man. I can't remember much. But
okay, are you saying you're on duty air traffic controllers and you're intoxicated at this point?
Fuck!
Yeah,
okay,
man,
watch your fucking mouth, sir. This is a live frequency. We have many aircraft that are going to be contacting you. We're trying to keep it realistic here. Okay, is our IFR cancellation received?
No, it isn't.
Okay, I hear the bomb squad dogs barking in the background. This is becoming an issue. It sounds like they're very close to our plane.
Those aren't bomb squad dogs. Those are
well, okay, regardless.
How many souls do you have?
We have 150 souls on board that are now going to be exiting the aircraft back into the bomb-infested terminal.
How many gingers?
Approximately 17 gingers, all of which are in the back of the plane.
Are you including them in your soul report, or?
Negative. Those are excluded. So technically, we have 167 beings on board, only 150 souls.
Alright, sounds good.
Our American 1337 holding short 22 left, ready for takeoff. And it appears we have an F-18 that is on the adjacent runway. Do you have radar contact on that aircraft?
He's priority over American 1337.
Sure, have you had anything to drink tonight?
Yeah, I actually had a glass of water.
Okay, I'd like to pose that same question to the F-18 because he just did a complete 180 and struck both of his wings off to the side of the runway at this point and is now firewalling the throttles to an open body of water. And can you just confirm for us that the F-18 in the distance off to the west side of the field did just strike the ground?
Oh yeah, that F-18 is dead.
And you're just gonna be okay with that?
I mean,
each of their own.
I know it's my job, but he shouldn't hit the ground.
Go ahead with full stop over.
Roger that. So if you could just give us that landing clearance in proper FAA terminology, I'd be very grateful. Thank you.
Land the goddamn plane.
Okay, roger that. That is good terminology, and we are getting more professional here. We're clear to land the goddamn plane, runway 22 left, American 1337. Once again, we'd like to request a departure off of runway 4.
Just go back.
Wait, I got this. Mike Alpha, Mike Alpha. Mike Alpha, we're clear for takeoff, right?
You said that in the question form. If you could just say it as a sentence, and please do not slur your words as much. It sounds like you are heavily intoxicated.
I have a little beer.
Roger that. Could one of
the dragon.
Okay, there's the dragon thing again. Roger that. Could at least one of the sober, non-intoxicated air traffic controllers clear me for takeoff? If you could just say, Mike Alpha, clear for takeoff, runway 4.
Mikey, Alpha, clear, land, go.
I mean, that's good, yeah.
So that the one controller who said I'm clear to go, that is acceptable. The other air traffic controller could just correct himself, and instead of saying Skyways, if you could refer to them as airways, we will be changing frequency and resuming our flight plan.
Cloud paths.
Negative.
Skip it on those clouds.
Negative.
Into the horizon.
Absolutely not.
One
Very
small step for a plane, giant leap for a pilot.
Cancer.
User entered your channel.
Yes, hello?
Are you in space yet?
User left your channel.
Sir, we're at 7,500 feet, and every time you say some weird thing like that, that new guy that keeps entering is scared off immediately. That was like 5 seconds this time.
Alright, Mike Alpha. You can change frequency.
Why am I attracted to the hooves of a minotaur?
I am. I'm calling out to him. Supervisor? Mate. Like, can he like lower down a bit? Like, can he do that?
Or, yeah, I mean, request a lower altitude is how you would typically say it.
I don't have that on my call sign. If I was used to use my call signs, it would be drop your name.
Are you guys stoned? I'm just gonna straight up ask. Are you guys stoned currently?
No, we're just American.
Oh, look at him go through that 737.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there.
He actually, you may have actually made that.
Yeah, I think I did. Oh, get that Delta guy in here. You ought to see that. Hired me as a full-time FO.
For the last time, the answer is no. Doesn't matter how many times you send pictures of your dick. I'm surprised you can pee with that thing.
Why? You know, Beerless. I'm having a heart attack. Oh, my arm. Beerless is
that Alex Jones?
Illuminati. Sergeant 76. Beerless. Illuminati. We gotta go. Quick, let's move. Oh, God, my dick pills kicked in. I've got to fuck something. Come here, McGinnis.
Because I only watch because eventually he's gonna have a heart attack on live.
Oh, damn globalists finally got me.
Alex Jones plays Flight Simulator X. Who knew?
Buy my dick pills. Pays for my mortgage.
And Speedbird, continue hold short of Mike. Advise when you have pen and paper ready to copy down a phone number. Excuse me?
Excuse me?
Right. Proceed over the runway to taxiway B.
Okay, Mike, did you just say taxiway P? We've been over this.
Yeah, taxiway P.
No, what did we say? There's a way to do this.
Alright,
I need everyone to stand by. Mike, I need you to retry that transmission to the pilot and please say the taxiway the correct way.
I do not know.
Okay, what is mommy is married to who?
I just said it, dude.
Atlanta Tower, be advised, this is Boeing 3983 holding short of runway 27 right. Or actually holding on runway 27 right. I don't know how you... I'm on the damn runway. I just need you to tell me I can take off.
Yes, before you take off, have you had any signature?
How would I say that?
I'm on the dang runway.
How would I tell the tower that I'm on the runway?
Yes, there is active ATC as you can hear. We are currently talking. Boeing 3983. Are you feeling okay to fly right now? Are you in condition to fly? We've had some...
Yes, sir. Yes,
sure?
sir. I promise you I am totally capable of flying. Yes, sir.
Okay.
I am a father of 2 kids.
That is irrelevant.
I got a 10-year-old daughter. This little game ain't gonna scare me, I can assure you. I looked at you and just like, why are you here? And you're like, look, I have ATC clearance, man. I'm just telling you.
User joined your channel.
All aircraft on frequency, please laugh along with this show.
I am laughing at everything.
Okay, that's enough.
Kiss my white ass. Everybody survive.
Ethan, in the 737 rotating on 9er left in a massive tail strike. Come in, this is Sauer. Ethan.
Yes, this has been Ethan.
Okay, what's your call sign? Why didn't you talk to us before? And how about you pull up a little bit? You're about 20 feet over a highway.
Probably a mouse gap.
I guess you're clear for takeoff, so we'll just pretend that you had clearance there. But what are your flight intentions for today? What are you trying to do? Why are you going space shuttle status currently? You've gone from 0 feet to 10,000 in about 30 seconds. That's very strange.
Flight test for NASA.
You're in a 737, correct?
Yes.
What kind of jet fuel are you using? I've never seen this before, and now you're plummeting towards Earth. Are you inverted? He's inverted. What kind of flight test bullshit is this? NASA would never be testing an aircraft to this extent. And quick advisory to all aircraft, this would not be a steam edition session without a hot air balloon moving horizontally. We now have hot air balloon on runway 9 9 to left, so be advised.
Okay, currently at 4,000 feet, 719 knots, and I am about to go vertical to 30,000 feet.
Roger that. IFR has confirmed foggy, and just can you confirm that you are aware 780 knots is well over the overspeed, it's exceeding the airspeed capability of the aircraft, but I guess we're ignoring that because your firewall and the throttle go vertical anyways. Here we go. Oh my god, there was a hot air balloon doing the vertical with us. Alright, the hot air balloon appears to have just drawn a large ball sack from the sky off of my 3 o'clock position. It is now dissipated. I just wanted to announce that. All aircraft in the session, be advised. Steam ID Jekko 0922 and the 747. Do not talk while I'm talking. Jekko 0922 is a fake Air Force One call sign. It's currently overflying the airport, being intercepted by a P-51 with its gear down for some reason. Just be advised that is not a legitimate Air Force One call sign. All aircraft are clear to intercept. Yeah, we now have a fleet of aircraft that have intercepted that Air Force One. He's overflying the airport currently. Really glad to see that there's so many aircraft involved in this pursuit. He actually may be crashing momentarily. Yeah, he definitely just ate shit. Air Force One is crashed.
Yeah, I just saw that.
Well done on taking the fake Air Force One down. Mission accomplished. And why is there a hot air balloon taxiing along the taxiway to my left side? It's now proceeding directly at me. Actually, I think he's parking at the terminal. I'm not sure how this is going to work, but it's happening. Tower Kenya 141, we're just climbing through 5,000 now. We're actually going to maintain this altitude here. We're stationed in the cabin. We may be required to return to the airport soon.
Roger, Kenya 141.
I like how the tower doesn't even worry about the aircraft having problems.
Yeah, I don't want to cause alarm. I just wanted to advise you that passenger has clogged up the first pass cabin shitter. The stench has arrived in the cockpit. It's overwhelming, so we're gonna need a vector to return to the airport immediately. Dude, I've seen so many planes and helicopters crash already, and I've been in here for less than a minute. Learjet 45 doing Mach 2. You need to slow down. Oh, here's something coming in fast. Oh my god. Avoid buzzing the tower because chances are you're gonna crash into the water just like you did there. Whoever that was. Sam. Bitch ass. Hey, EasyW 986. This is tower checking in. How you hear me? Okay, we started off that transmission good. I understand that you heard me, but then I heard something about a sandwich. I'm going to disregard that part. But what are your flight intentions for today, boss? Okay, heard you count to 3, and then I heard something about big holes. So I did not copy that. If you want to go ahead and just taxi out to the active runway to your left side, taxi via Echo right on Alpha 1, join Tango on the transmission Bravo southbound, copy advised A321 that just submerged into the ground behind you, advise holding short. Not what I said, but roger that, go ahead. Yeah, okay, Trek Ultralight coming way too close to the tower here, need to veer right, veer right, veer right. And then just loop around and crash directly back into the ramp. So welcome back to the airport. Wow. I'm ignoring all of you as I watch the CRJ attempt to land and literally almost go into the ocean on an attempt. Hey, Kev24 Gaming, if that was an attempted landing, I'm going to ask you to remain clear of the airspace for the remainder of the session. We cannot have that near us. Yeah, no, I can confirm he is definitely trying to reproduce currently. That is not an attempted taxi. Okay, that reproducing 747, that was successful because we just had another 747 spawn on the runway directly behind you. That was very weird. Wow, that pair of CRJs just landed on the opposite end of the runway. Gang warfare confirmed.
That leaf blower is not being picked up, is it?
Can't confirm. We hear the leaf blower in the background.
Oh, hold on.
Just wondering, why is there a leaf blower inside your house?
Problem taken care of.
They throw a bunch of pennies in the middle of the roller rink.
What?
Watch the kids play after.
Sir, what are you talking about?
Sir, this is a Wendy's.
The bowling pins in the middle of the road at 3 o'clock in the morning, and it's like 12 degrees. And
what the hell?
I'm old.
I'm old.
You don't sound day over 74.
Oh, my joystick broke.
Yeah, we're just joining the aircraft failure party right now. We have an engine fire on engine number 1.
Roger.
Yeah, we are spitting flames back here, boys, and I'm not talking afterburner.
Are you gonna need some medical assistance once we land?
Well, there's only one of us, so probably not. If I die, I die.
I'm not gonna let you die alone. I'm gonna.
We're joining the party. Rudder has failed. Rudder has failed.
Yeah, let's do some.
Oh my god.
Yeah, let's do some flight sim cult type thing. One of us dies, we all die.
Yeah, no man left behind.
We're brothers till we die.
Sorry guys, I ain't joining you.
That's right, we got about 90% loyalty, works for me. I was never expecting this type of loyalty in a flight sim session. At this time, let's all become virtual blood brothers. Everyone slash their fingertip and touch their monitor.
I ain't messing up my monitor either.
I'm messing up my monitor either.
Landing runway 26 left.
Love it.
Okay, Lufthansa 455, we'll get to that in a second. Just wondering, are you able to speak any German today?
Landed out. Viren 20, Abwärts Finale Danke.
User in your channel was banned from the server.
Rest in peace.
American 1492 requesting clearance to Dallas Fort Worth.
Okay, American 1492, advise ready to copy.
1492 ready to copy.
American 1492, you're clear to the Dallas Fort Worth International Airport via the Kenchu 2 departure. Climb maintain 5,000 initially expect flight level 27010 minutes stop for departure going to be 127.35 squawk 2454.
Climb maintain 5,000 something 10,000 after departure, then yeah, that's all I got.
Readback is correct, advise ready for taxi information Gulf current.
What?
American 1492 ready for taxi.
American 1422, runway 24 left taxi by Julian Lee Whiskey, advise will be short.
Pete, somebody doing?
Readback is correct. Now that's efficiency right there, boys.
Okay, yeah, here's the potty. We're turning around for an intercept.
Oh my god.
I'm just hearing this above me.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, everybody say dramatic phrases to make this more intense.
Look, it's a bird. No, it's
Oh my god!
That was excessive.
Oh god.
Charlie 452.
Dubstep.
I need to request that none of my controls are active. I cannot turn. I cannot pull up. I cannot turn left, right. I don't know how.
You have to unpause your game, bro.
The target is locked, ready to fire away on
Yep.
command.
Fox 1, Fox 1. Somebody please make a fake missile launch sound effect.
Fuck.
Thank you. Yeah, he's coming in hot directly at the airport. He's coming in hot, 3,000 feet descending, 840 knots.
Roger that, I see that.
Oh my god.
Take it out.
Roger. Fox 1, Fox 1. Guy with the missile sound effect again, please. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, hi.
Hello.
Hey, this is... Yeah, this is Ligma 7 checking in Operation Palm.
Ligma 7.
17,200 knots. Just checking in with you. How's it going?
Sorry, we don't speak English.
Oh, am I on the wrong frequency?
Nie wiem, to jest jakiś sprzedawca butów?
I think I'm on the wrong frequency here.
Czy kurwa to trzeba być zjebem, nie? Żeby tak se chodzić kurwa po tym spikach i kurwa gadać z obcymi ludzi, co?
Da, a trzeba będzie wyrobić się wydymniczkie, a wyrobić się kabarbefa.
Tak?
Da.
Okay.
Okay, anyways, I think we're at the wrong frequency here, but we just wanted to
Actually
give that
works.
language a shot, but we'll see you on the way back. Ligma 7 checking out.
Nie będziemy płacić ci za to, że siedzimy na tym kanale, kurwa.
Roger that.
The 1019.91.5 call went off for 144% today.
Was that peak index this week after the 401.5 drop?
Are you watching the marijuana sector right now?
No, but I did just have a citation fly by me that crashed into the hangar.
He was watching the marijuana section.
Yeah, I can't confirm we now have an engine fire warning in the cockpit. We have sucked it looked like a vulture into our left engine. We're going to be turned back around.
Sucked a vulture into our left
You
engine.
are cleared back to the airport. I have radar failure at the moment, so I'm unable to vector you in.
We're going to pull a Sully Sullenberger west of the Mississippi. We're going down to the Salt Lake.
Just remember, low, slow, and easy.
Is that an actual saying, or did you just make that up?
That or he was thinking of an X.
And stand by one of getting struck by a 747 at high speed.
Welcome to Steam Edition.
Wolf Air 737 is now going 90-degree bank to the right, swerving back towards the airport at this time, possibly going to strike the tower a second time.
It's okay. We can find you, Toma.
I don't think that's how it works. Okay, we do have a 747 that is hovering on the runway. Confirm that's not the hovering aircraft you're talking about.
I don't know. I've just been given new information about this aircraft. He's now gone rogue, so...
And this 747 has just pivoted on a fixed position, is now launching himself directly at the tower. We are now
Well,
experiencing full on Illuminati.
We
747
damn near
is
crashed there.
abort.
Ran out of fuel in one of our tanks.
Okay. Yeah, we just got wind struck by a 747 and a F-18.
Sounds like a fun day. Anyway, tower.
Yeah, November 6
That worries me. We don't actually have a lot of fuel in any of our tanks.
Your company aircraft. If you want, I'll give you a high-speed taxi.
8%.
You can go ahead and cut across all active runways and onto grass and across the ramp.
Let's hope we can put down before we run out of fuel, or this is going to be short. It's not short. It's going to end abruptly.
Yeah, he gave approval. Don't worry, that Boeing 6104.
10 minutes.
He was given permission to cut across all active runways. Actually, he just Tokyo drifted and collided into a hangar, so continue taxi. Okay, you got a CRJ departing the wrong end of the runway at depth. You need to check in, sir. Okay, never mind. That problem just solved itself. Adept has just crashed immediately after taking off on the wrong side of the runway. All aircraft continue.
Test 1, 2.
Test 3, 4.
Somebody just got killed in the background.
700 Alpha, we blew an engine on takeoff. We're kind of screwed.
Okay, are you declaring an emergency, sir?
Yeah, we're gonna declare an emergency.
Okay, you sound very unenthusiastic for being in such a dire situation. Sir, are you descending into a residential area right now? Are you about to die?
Yep.
Okay.
November 3 for Tango, midfield, runway 26 right.
Yeah, we just lost one. Moment of silence, please.
This is the worst moment of silence I've ever heard.
Yeah, I don't know what that was, but that was very disrespectful to the man that just crashed and died.
Atlanta Tower, Boeing, Atlanta Tower, Pacifica 1123. Atlanta ground, Pacifica
Louder, son.
1123.
Who just ripped a fat burp?
Say it louder if you want me to hear you.
This is not looking like, oh my god. This is not looking like a good place to find a spot to land, I gotta admit. So, yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Oh my god. We might have to cheat some fuel in. Oh man. Oh my god, what is going on? Fighting the AP. Just trying to gain a little bit of height for when I invariably have to glide this bitch to the ground. Huh. God, there's no way. How did I do this to myself? I wonder what happens if I put it down and I'm not at the drop zone. Does it like fail my mission? I'm so close. Okay, so auto throttle just kills my engine. Noted. Oh, fuck it. We're gonna pretend that didn't happen. Looks like this ridge here is what's labeled as Backbone Mountain. 3,360 feet in altitude. Alright. Looks like there may be a more reasonable place to land over where the accident took place, so. Got some windmills. Kind of surprised by how quickly that tank emptied on me again. Jesus. Yeah, it seems to like lose pressure at 6%. When we'll put it down, we'll simulate filling my tanks with some jerry cans. Six nautical miles out. Cannon Valley State Park. All right. This little valley, this little field, I guess, over here is going to be well within 2 nautical miles, so I'm just going to put it down somewhere safe.
Transporter from dispatch. You are less than 3 miles from the drop zone. Find a place to land. Transporter from dispatch. You did it. Nice. Secure the aircraft with the parking brake. On the way to the crash site.
Bit of a harrowing landing. Oh, shit.
Very good job, pilot. You can go to the airport of your choice.
Going to buy fuel in NeoFly as well. Okay, the airport of my choice. It actually looks like there's an airport just north of us. Whiskey Victor 62. You can see it right here. Let's try it.
Fly safe, and watch the pylons.
What a ridiculous takeoff. I think that chop that I'm getting is because I'm connected to NeoFly right now. I needed to restart that connection earlier, but we've just been pushing through. Fly-in resort. My God.
Whiskey Victor 62, traffic EQS 4201 miles southeast, 4,000 feet inbound to land runway 24.
Got some trees on approach.
Great work out there today. Another life has been saved thanks to you.
Just chaos on landing. Every time. If anyone wants to teach me how to not be horrible at that, that'd be great. Alright. Okay, so we've made our 20-some thousand dollars there. We're halfway to reaching first officer again. $676 cargo. I don't even think my plane can handle that. Yeah, 560. Ooh. We could do caviar and make a killing. 24 hours to deliver. That's more than enough time. Mission cargo's 288. Remaining cargo's 345.
Hey, pilot. The cargo is ready and waiting. You know what to do. Have a safe flight. Pilot from dispatch. The cargo door is open and the cargo is being transferred. Transporter, cargo is loaded. You can start your mission.
Cargo's loaded.
Okay, pilot? Steady away. See you again soon.
Had to get quite a bit more speed with the weight we've got here now. It's nice to see that simulated. Our V1 was easily another 20 to 25 knots higher than what we're used to. We're going to climb a little higher than before this time. We'll get up there, we'll engage our autopilot, and then it'll afford me an opportunity for some AFKs while flying, just to prepare for my goddamn work week, because Saturday, Sunday is all we're ever afforded for rest, if that. I'll probably get away with climbing to 5. What it would give to just be able to continue to enjoy what I'm doing right now. Okay, ETA of 30 minutes. That's completely doable. I should be able to land long before my day starts, under the caveat that I take my AFK to prepare now. So I'm just going to leave this running, mute myself, kill my webcam, and I'll be back. Enjoy the flight.
Transport from dispatch. A competitor of our client contacted us. He's willing to pay a big bonus if you route his cargo to another airport. Up to you. Check your mission log for details.
Well, I overheard that, and this alternate airport that they want me to go to, 4G7, is actually quite a bit closer. Oh, jeez. No, I didn't adjust my heading bug. That's my bad. Boy, that's annoying. Call it this heading. You can see here they've given us mission event, alternate airport, 4G7, reason unfair competitor. So we should be able to double our income by diverting to that airport. And then we can still make the trip to our original location, Niner Golf 1, to sell caviar. So that'll be fun. Flying over Morgantown. We should have indicated your diversion or your alternate airport on this map somewhere. God, we're warning us about this wind all day yesterday, and the weather here is officially taking a turn. It's like, oh my God, I'm looking at some spruce trees. I don't know, some big coniferous bastards, and they're at a good 45 degrees right now. That's nice. Oh, or not.
Transporter, the competitor is waiting for you at the parking. If everything is okay, you will get your bonus. Transport from dispatch. Okay, nice job. Someone is coming to take the cargo. I'll call you when it's done.
Good touchdown speed. Right, so event bonus. See, we got reward and XP times 2, and I got bonus pay times 2, so it multiplied my pay by 4. Damn, so 40k is pretty damn good income for that. If we go here, we also gained nearly 200 rank or experience towards our next rank. So that's really good progress. I do still want to make my way to Niner Golf 1 to sell things.
Transporter from dispatch. I need you to fly your aircraft to our new base. I'll meet you there.
Now, because I finished that mission, I can actually do this a little lighter now. I think.
Transporter from dispatch. Transit mission today. I'm waiting at our new base.
So with all that weight removed, I would expect my takeoff speed to be much closer to 60. Really wasn't. Maybe it's just supposed to be 80. Maybe I need to be more patient. I could probably stand to be quite a bit higher though, let's be real. Okay, heading set, altitude set. I got 22 minutes. I'm going to use that opportunity to go for a smoke, I guess. Wish me luck in the horrendous fucking weather. Be right back. Still more or less on track, I see. Excellent. Okay, Kerrigan, get the fuck out of here. I've already fed you. You need to leave me alone now. Go. Alright. Kerrigan, seriously, give me a break. God fucking damn it. Never let some girl convince you to get pets. Ugh, fucking take me now. Should be able to land and sell our caviar just in time for my workday to start. I might be a little late. ourselves a little bit more visibility. Gotta bring my speed down before I bring my gear out. Otherwise it's unsafe handling and I lose a bunch of XP for the trip. At least we don't got to worry about caviar being fragile. Slam it down. Come on, put it down.
Transporter from dispatch. Welcome to our new base.
Not bad. I feel like these guys just kind of tell you to go wherever at a pretty random angle here. Whatever. Alright, so I didn't fuck this up. Maybe they changed. I'm wholly expecting them to buy caviar here. They will not buy caviar here. Son of a bitch. Well, okay, that's unfortunate. We still have plenty of time to sell it though, so after work today, we will take a look at some place that we can sell this caviar before it rots in the back of our goddamn Aero 3, Aero 4, Turbo Aero 4. Alright, but for now, great progress. We made a bunch of money. We made a bunch of experience, like 500 experience, and we're well on our way to recouping first officer. Once we've saved up, 600K, then maybe we'll invest in a DC-6 again, at which point we will probably let our AI handle it for the beginning stages, just so we don't lose it right away. Like I want to continue building the profile using an easier GA to handle that I can land pretty much anywhere, etc., etc. So that's gonna be our plan. Just mixture go down. I don't know why this doesn't go down anymore. That's weird. Kill it this way. Okay. Bye, everyone.